Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done kind of like a casual vlog type of thing, so I thought it would be nice timing to actually do one. And I have a project in mind which would be quite difficult to make a tutorial of, since it's going to be something in the theme of filet crochet. So I thought it will be just nice to document it and make it a little bit more casual. So basically, what I have in mind is to do a filet crochet, kind of like a top or a sweater, depending if this yarn that I have here is enough or if I will end up ordering some more. But basically my inspiration is coming from the dress that I did a while ago. I'm not sure if you can see it, but like this was initially planned to be my wedding dress, but at the end I didn't end up wearing it, but it was still super nice and fun project, and I really actually enjoyed making it. So I wanted to try filet crochet again. And yeah, I actually recently made a shrug, which is kind of like a mesh shrug, but as you can see, it's also basically filet crochet. It's just that we don't have squares that are filled, so there is no design on top of that. So this is my inspiration. I basically just want to combine these two together, and instead of shrug, I would like to make kind of like a sweater or top. And I would like to do the design of the flowers that I had here for this dress. So in a way, I will basically be creating something that is more or less like a cover-up for this dress, because that's something that I'm also missing once I'm wearing it, because it only has these like strap thingies at the top. So it would be nice to have something that is more like covering and that you can also just wear casually on top of, I don't know, this outfit, for example. So what I'm doing now, or what I started already yesterday in the very evening while watching series, is that I'm just drawing up the design here. So it's literally like inspiring from the dress that I had, and I'm also trying to figure it out for the size that I'm going for. But what I'm thinking of doing is that I will just go with these two bigger flowers, because I don't want it to be like too crowded with all the leaves and everything, and also because we don't have that much space here, so perhaps it will be nice like this. But yeah, so it's going to be fun. It's going to take a while. I'm not sure if the yarn that I have is enough, but yeah, let's see how it goes. First, I will be starting with the body part, and then I will be adding sleeves at the very end, because now I'm just focusing on the body part. But yeah, if you already followed through this shrug tutorial that I posted, you will be very familiar with the steps that we are going to do. But let's get started. First, just so you know, we are going to work for it starting from the top to down, and first we need to create some chains, which will basically be the neckline for this top, and then we will just continue with adding extra rounds and building it. So this is what I'm going to do now. And here I did my chains, so this is basically the neckline, and I also placed in some stitch markers, because that is for noting where the corners will be. And in total I did 144 chains, and this basically should fit anyone, unless you have a super big or small head, or if you're of course making it for a child or similar. But yeah, I placed these stitch markers in the first one, then I skipped 41 chains, then I placed one here, then skipped 29, then again, and then skipped 41 again, and then we have 29 here. So yeah, so now this is also connected together. I did it with the slip stitch inside the first chain that we did, and here this connection point is basically the first corner. So for that, the process is just to chain 4, because we kind of have to make like a starting point. So this chain 4 is going to count as double crochet and chain 1. And then again, we are placing a double crochet inside the same space that we have here, and then chaining 1 again, and adding another double crochet inside the same space. So this will basically create kind of like a corner. I actually feel very confident with this part just because I already practiced with this. And then after that we are just proceeding with this side, and for that we are going to do like a basic filet crochet without any filled stitches. And for that we just have to do chain one, skip one, and then doing a double crochet in the next. So I'm just going all the way around until I reach the following stitch marker, which would be here, and in there again placing another corner, which would be double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and another double crochet in the same space. So now I'm just going all the way around and building this first round, and this is how it looks so far. So you can see that I'm starting to establish these blocks, which is exciting. And now here I have gone all the way around, so I have established like a proper rectangle with all the corners that I need. And now if I check my graph, I just have to do another round, which is just consisting of these empty blocks, and then after that we are actually approaching the drawing, and we have this like a tip of this leaf where I have 3 filled squares. So filled squares basically mean that instead of having a skipped chain in the middle, it's actually a double crochet in there. So that is the main difference. And yeah, so now I will just continue with that. I probably will check in once I have done a couple of filled squares, and then I'm thinking that I will just check back with you to show the progress once I'm done with the first skein, because that's where I think we will have probably build like more volume where I'm actually able to wear it. But yeah, this is exciting, and also it makes things so much easier since I have done this crazy dress already once and already had a practice session with this one. So if you don't feel confident enough, then you are more than welcome to check back, especially on this shrug, and try to follow through that. But yeah, otherwise I will catch you later once I have added a couple more rounds, and then after every skein, I think. So see you later. Okay, so I have now done 5 rows in total, and as you can see, it's starting to grow and grow bigger in terms of size of this rectangle. And here also I started to work on actually like filling the stitches. So this is for the tiny leaf that we have in the middle here. So I did 3 rows of that in total, and it's kind of like in the middle. Let me try it on. But yeah, it's starting to become noticeable, and yeah, I'm progressing quite quickly, I could say, but there is still loads to do. And in terms of yarn, I'm kind of like halfway through of this first skein that I started to use. But yeah, I think I will just keep on going because I'm now approaching the big flower, and that's where I feel it will actually start to get a lot of fun, because there will be a lot of counting going on. But also, if I compare it this time with the dress that I did before, so this time instead of going back and forth, even though the rounds are connected, this time they are connected, but I keep on going in the same direction. It's actually easier because whenever I start working here or whenever I approach it, I know that I will be doing that from the same direction. So in that sense, it's easier, because for the dress, I always had to think like other way around when I started new row, because I would be coming from here. But now since I just circle around, I feel like it's much easier. But yeah, now the clock is 11:15. So I think I will go to bed very late, but I will try to finish this one because yeah, it's starting to become very exciting. But otherwise I will just check back with you in the morning, and I will show you how far I am and how it's looking. So it's the next morning and I did some more crochet in the morning, so now I have gone up to row 12 and basically the first skein is finished. So this is how it looks, and you can already see the design coming here. And I also started to work on the flower that's in the back, but I think you cannot see it yet. But yeah, so now I will just attach the new skein and start working with that. And then I will be going up to row 15 including, and at that point I will be able to actually connect these two corners here together, and then we will proceed in rounds. So that is my plan, and I will meet you also then, because yeah, it would be nice to also explain how I will be doing that. But yeah, it's progressing super fast and I'm super excited. So yeah, I'll see you later again. Alright, so now I have done 15 rounds in total of this, and here you can already see this pretty drawing. And basically in my case, as you can see now, when I kind of like stretch it just a little bit, both of these like corners here underneath the armpit, they are meeting each other, which means that now we are basically done with doing this whole thing. And what we have to do is that we just have to fasten off here where I just connected the last 15th round for my case. And of course, like if it doesn't meet for you, you would just have to keep on going until you reach the point where you're able to do it like this. So then you can fasten off, and then we will just continue with doing rounds again just by going here underneath this side. We won't be worrying about these arm parts for now, because we will just proceed with building the length here. And for that, so when the yarn is fastened off, we will just have to reattach it here. I will do it in this point in my case, because every row I started with working on this flower, so it will just be easier for me to always remember that I have to do it here. And for attaching yarn, you probably know the process. I normally just loop it through, and I will be doing that through the middle stitch of this corner from both of these corners, and then looping it through, attaching, and that's how we will basically join that corner together. And then I will just proceed here, and while doing the stitch here in the very corner, I will again join the other one, and then I will just proceed with the back side. So it's pretty easy and straightforward, I think. This part will also be kind of new, because for the shrug that I did, it was only this part and then arms. So now it's kind of like something new, but I assume that it's going to be pretty much the same. And I also just want to show you the progress of here in the graph. So now I have basically, yeah, I have completed this one, and here I kind of tried to like illustrate where both of these corners meet. So now it will be just circling like that, and we won't do these stitches here on the side. But this is how far I am, and there is still some bit to do to finalize this body part, but honestly, I'm super excited because it's so much fun to work when you can see actually that you're building some sort of design. So yeah, as I said, now I'm fastening off, I'm reattaching yarn, and then just proceeding further with doing rounds. And yeah, I will check back once I'm done with this one, or perhaps if it's starting to look kind of interesting, I will show you later. Okay, I just did the first round and it's exciting already, and these parts, as you can see, are connected. So now I will just proceed further with working in rounds, and yeah, super excited. And these parts, like arm parts, already look so nice and so cute, like even though I haven't worked on them like in particular or specifically, but even if I would leave it like this, I feel like it would look super nice as a tiny like t-shirt arm kind of thingies. But yeah, now I'm just proceeding with the rounds, but yeah, super excited. Alright, so yesterday evening, it was Sunday, and I stayed up super late because I just wanted to finish the skein that I started, and this is how far I got. So now that I have a black shirt underneath, you can see clearly that this is a flower and it looks so cool. And yeah, so this is how far I am. I think this is now row 25 that I'm working on, starting from the top. And I also noticed that it's actually becoming looser than I thought that it will be. And the main reason is that instead of having a square here, I actually started with a rectangle, and therefore the width of it is growing faster than length, basically, if I compare. And yesterday in the evening, I wasn't super happy about it, but now I'm thinking that it's actually not too bad, and I will just have kind of like a oversized shirt basically. And with this look, I also definitely feel like I will need to make arms like longer and perhaps make them like wider here, especially because kind of just to match the look. And also besides that, I'm thinking that I want to kind of nail it to also provide a version where it's more fitted and not that loose. So I'm kind of like, I cannot figure out, and I'm thinking that it could be nice that I could just simultaneously start working on a new one, and instead of having a rectangle shape, I could have a square shape. But that means that I basically have to start everything all over. But it would be fun to compare those two projects, how they look, and then yeah, it would also be nice to have two versions at the end. But yeah, and for that, if I will end up doing it, I'm not sure. I will try to use this darker, it's basically a dark blue, which kind of looks black, but it would be nice to have two versions, because so far I have only worked on filet crochet in white, so it would be a nice comparison. But yeah, this is how two skeins look like. I think it's two. I'm starting to lose track already, and it's nice. I like it, and it's so much fun. Literally can't go to bed to sleep on time. But yeah, I will think about it a little bit more, and then I will check back with you once I have finished either one more skein or I have made a decision and also started to work on another project, which would be in the same design kind of. So yeah, as always, I'm kind of trying or end up having multiple work in progress projects running at the same time. But that's how it is, and that's why it's so fun. So another evening has come and gone, and you can actually see the clock on my TV. It's almost 11 in the evening, and with this I have finished the third skein that I had, and this is also the third day that I'm working on this top. And with this I have actually built it into a shirt kind of thing, and now that I have added more length, even though it's still kind of loose or looser than I thought that it will be, with this length it's again starting to look a lot better, I think. So I'm not that stressed about like trying out different options with the starting point, but I still think that I will try it out at some point, maybe not in this video, but maybe another one, I don't know. Anyway, now with this I have started working on row 40, and in my graph that I had drawn up, it had up to row 45. So from tomorrow I will start working on that, and then afterwards I think I will add just like basic rows, because right now it's kind of like a crop top. I have my belly button here, so I want it to be a little bit longer. And what's left to do is that here for this flower in the back, I still have to finish one of the petals, and then like the main flowers will be done for the body part. But yeah, it's super exciting. And yeah, right now I only have 2 skeins left, so I think I will check back with you tomorrow, because I would have to place some yarn order just to make sure that I have enough for arms and everything else. And then in the meantime, while waiting for the yarn to arrive, I will be able to finish or proceed further as much as I can. And by the way, I also still have to draw up some drawing for the arms or like the flowers that I will be using for them, because I think it would be fun to actually have some designs for this instead of having just like plain arms, even though I think also the plain ones would be quite nice. Anyway, I will sleep on this and figure out what I want to do. But yeah, again, this is exciting, and as always, I think I just have to remind myself, and probably also you, that it's worth to kind of like trust the process. And I could have easily just frog everything that I had up to, I don't know, whatever point yesterday I noticed that it's kind of loose, and had started everything all over again, but this is actually looking good, so I'm glad that I didn't, and I hope that I can inspire you just to push through. But yeah, it's quite nice, and yeah, as I said, I will see you again on day 4 working on this top tomorrow, so we can order some yarn together. So see you then. Good night. Welcome. So it's day 4 of working on this top, and as I showed you yesterday, this is how far I got, and this is how much yarn I'm left with for this white color. And yesterday randomly I found this leftover thingy, so I think I will also finish this one to see maybe this is enough to add the remaining length that I need for the body panel, but I don't think so. But anyway, this is not enough, so we are placing a yarn order. I think I will order 5 more skeins, because in that way I will for sure have enough to finish this top, and then I will again have just a little bit to start something new, and again not have enough. So that's perfect. And besides the white one, I will also be ordering this one. Turns out that this is actually black color. I don't know why I was mistaking it, but I also had this dark blue, so this is the dark blue that I was talking about, but yeah, this is not it. But anyway, I think for the other version of the top that I had in mind, I will just go with the black one, because it will be nice, I think. And yeah, it will also be the next level difficulty to figure out the black stitches, because it's harder to see, especially these days when I'm crocheting a lot in the evening when it's already dark outside. So I will go with the black color for the other version, where whenever I start working on it, perhaps now, maybe sometime later, I don't know, but it would be super nice to also make something filet crochet in black. And also for this one, I have, I think, 4 skeins right now here at home, so I will just order 5 more and that will be fine. So yeah, I'll do that. I have already put everything in my cart, and turns out that I'm getting free shipping earlier. I didn't have to spend as much as I thought that I will, but yeah, it's also tricky because more you order, the cheaper it gets. So I'm always kind of like, oh, let's order a lot and then I will have it forever, and then I end up spending a lot of money. And I mean, you know the story, then your house is full with yarn and so on. But anyway, I'm ordering 5 skeins of each, black and white, and then I will for sure have enough. And in the meantime, before I start working on the top again and use this leftover yarn first, I also just wanted to show you how far I am in the graph, because I didn't show it yesterday. So here it is, and as you can see, like originally I planned for it to be basically just finishing this remaining petal of this flower, and then just a couple of more rows just to add some length, and these will be basic rows, but that's still something that I have to do. But then I think it will be enough. And yeah, yesterday I mentioned it's 45 rows in total, so maybe I will do 45, maybe I will go up to 50 with extra basic rows. I don't know, I will see, but I will definitely show you. And then I also mentioned that I have to draw up some designs for the sleeves, and I was thinking that yeah, it could have been nice to just have basic ones, and for sure it would, but I know that I want to have some stitches that I have to follow and count along. So I actually this morning, and apologies for not like recording and documenting the whole thing, but yeah, this morning I started to draw up some flowers that I would like to use for the sleeves, and I was thinking of going with different ones, because yeah, I didn't want to use the same ones, so that's the main thing. And I'm thinking of having a different one for each sleeve, but yeah, you can see 3 of them, just because I couldn't figure out if I wanted to be just like straight or more leaves here or something like this, because also since it's for the sleeve, it will be curved up, so not the whole thing will be visible. So right now I'm kind of like leaning towards having these 2, because yeah, I think it will look more fun. And yeah, this one is just straight, but I'm I'm just including it. Maybe I will start with this one, I think, for the first sleeve, and then I will see how it comes together, and maybe I will do some adjustments. But yeah, this is what I'm doing now. So right now I'm just placing the order that I started, and then I will continue with this, and then I will show you how it goes again. And yeah, I can see that this video is getting insanely long, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'll see you later. And this is how far I got yesterday. So now it's day 5 and we have finished 4 skeins and I only have 1 left, so still waiting for yarn to arrive. But this is what I managed to do. So here at the bottom I managed to finalize this flower, and then I also added just 3 rows that are just plain, and then I started to work on this arm, and here you can also see this design of the other type of flower that I did, and it's looking quite nice. And for the arm it was the same thing. I just had to connect yarn. Here I did it at the bottom and then just started to work in rounds in the same way as I did it here. So this is where I am. I still have this 1 skein left, so this is my job for today. I might try to pace it a little bit because I'm not sure if the yarn is going to arrive tomorrow, so I just want to make sure that I have something to do tomorrow. But yeah, I'll just continue here. I think with this one I will manage to finish this sleeve, and then I will probably also have some left to start working on this one, but might not get too far. But this is where I am, and yeah, I'm very close to the finish. I think I only need this one and maybe 1 or 2 extra, and then we will be done. And yeah, but let's not rush too much today. So it's new day and here is the progress update. So I finished another skein. So far it's 5 skeins in total. I also got my yarn delivery, and yeah, anyway, this is how far I am. I started working on this sleeve. For this one in total I did 45 rows, I think, and with this one I have now finished 20 in total, and I ran out of all 5 skeins that I had. And luckily today, right on time, I received the order, so I think for the remaining part I will just need 1. I don't think it will be more than that, but yeah, as I said, I still have 4 extras, so that will just be handy for another project where I won't have enough. But yeah, for this one it's left to do 25 more rows of this, and I think that I will be able to do it either today if I stay up late, or definitely tomorrow. And yeah, again, I just have this feeling that I feel like the project is coming to an end, and it's almost like finishing a very good TV show, and you just feel like you're being thrown out of boat and don't know what to do. But yeah, this is the progress, and it's looking super cute. I love it. It's super beautiful, and I cannot wait to finish it so I can share it with you, even though it's a little bit like bittersweet. But yeah. Okay, so it's day 7, and yesterday I actually managed to finish also the other sleeve. I wanted to check in to show you more and talk a little bit more, but it was already past midnight and I was just too tired and I didn't have time for it basically. But now the sleeves are done and this is how it's looking. So basically this top is also done, and yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I feel like it's so casual but at the same time also classy, and like the design with the flowers, it's just super beautiful. But yeah, now the main part is basically done, and what I would like to do now is that I would like for this yarn still to remain attached here where I am, and then I will just continue here with this sleeve, and I will just add like a tiny border here, and then I will just reattach it for the other sleeve and also for the neck and here. And for border I will be doing just something very basic, and this time I just want to have like the border to be a little bit more pronounced, and for that I will basically just do single crochets all over, and then it will add like like slightly thicker line around all of these. But otherwise it's totally optional. If you don't want any border at all, it's totally fine, or if you want something else, then you can just go with something else. And also here for the 6th skein that I started to work on yesterday, this is how much we are left with, so definitely this is going to be enough for the borders that I'm going to work on. So 6 skeins, 6 days basically to finish this top, and it's just looking super awesome. But yeah, now I will do the borders and then we will be done. So I'm sure it won't take me longer than half an hour, I think. And then I'm checking back in for the final last time of this top. I now gone all the way around and finished this border, and it definitely adds like a cleaner look. But now what I will do, the very last thing, is just to weave in all of these loose ends that I have. It's not too many, just where we are finishing or attaching new yarn. And yeah, for that I normally just use my crochet hook, and then I just go through the stitches in the inner part of this top and grab the yarn and just pull it through the stitches in the back, so it's kind of like, yeah, weaved in and not hanging, and everything looks super pretty. So the very last mile to finishing all of this. And now it is officially done, and I have done everything. I added the borders all around here at the edges and also weaved in all the loose ends, and this is how it looks also if I turn from the back. So yeah, I'm super happy. I'm so glad that it turned out in the way that I did. Throughout the process, I had a couple of hiccups where I thought that it won't be as good and that I should redo it and start doing another project, but at the end, when I'm seeing this, I'm actually super happy. And in the meantime, I have also worked on the pattern, so I will make sure that it is available for you as well, and probably by the time that you are watching this video, it should be already live. So I really hope that you will enjoy this pattern and that it will be useful. But yeah, I also hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was somehow engaging to watch and follow the process, and also all the thought process that I was going through, and perhaps it's also inspiring just to see how quickly you can actually make this top. Not that it's supposed to be a race or anything, but yeah. Anyway, so I do hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, then please give me a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, then please subscribe, and I will be happy to see you later in my future videos. Bye!